This is the fourth class in our series of six that are related to five elements in self-healing. And I'm very excited to be here. I want to thank Michelle and the WeSpark community, all of you for being here. And it's great that you invite yourself to take care of yourself. My philosophy is the best healthcare is self-care. I know that this is true, so I'm glad you're here. What I'd like to do is just give you a little introduction about this class today. Each of them that we've been doing are sort of in a series where they're all related in this five elements diaspora. And what's fascinating about the five elements is this ancient school of healing was developed thousands of years ago. The people who developed this five elements theory of acupuncture, herbs, Qi Gong, it's amazing how accurate it is and how foolproof it is. It's been tested over thousands of years. And each of the different aspects that relate to the five elements have their own unique school of thought and expertise. So today we're going to be focusing on the Qi Gong movements that are related to the five elements. And so people might be wondering, well, how does that connect to elements? How does movement connect to elements? Well, we're going to discuss that and go through these various Qigong, what are called brocades, so that you can understand how the elements relate to this movement and how it connects to the self-healing strategy in terms of how this is through the lens of the elements and how you can apply it into your daily life. So today, we're going to discuss Qigong motions through the lens of what is called medical Qigong. Qigong has many different forms, and you may have heard of Tai Chi and other passive martial art forms. Well, Tai Chi is kind of like an offshoot of Qigong. Consider Qigong to be the grandparent and Tai Chi to be a child or an offshoot of Qigong. So Qigong is the deep well that everything is drawn from. And primarily what we're working with here is breathing techniques, concentration and focus of the mind, deep relaxation of the body, and sort of an expansion of our spiritual awareness of how we are connected to energy of nature and the universe around us. So it's a really profound sort of complementary aspect of five elements theory. So medical Qigong, when we talk about that, we're talking about organs in the body that are related to the motion or the movement or the brocade. So each of the organs, the primary organs, have a Qigong motion associated with it. Now, we've known from our past studies that each of the organs are related to an element, a color, a sound, a breath sound, an energetic essence, this beautiful sort of pneumatic system of energy correspondences. So each of the Qigong motions that we're going to learn today are associated with a different organ. And so they help to open the energy meridians, channels of flow of Qi into the organs, which is the primary idea of medical Qigong, is that we're tonifying the organs and releasing stagnant energy from the organs through our breath. Now, last time we got together, we were working with sounds and tonifying using the voice to tonify and release emotional Qi out of the organs. So this is a different type of subtle way that we're going to be doing that. Now, each of these motions have very specific aspects to them that open the meridian channels of energy so that the energy can flow into the organ. They have a certain breathing type of rhythm that's involved in it. There's a balance aspect. There's a strengthening of joints and muscles, and there's a stretching and flexible sort of aspect of opening up energy channels to allow the Qi to flow. So the idea is build and contain energy and to feel the flow of this energy moving through life force Qi, moving through the body via the meridians. Does that make sense so far? So now you can see with the physical part of this is what we're talking about, the Vitalize and Vitalize Harmonize. This is the physical sort of ramping up of energy and tonifying of the organs, strengthening the joints and the muscles, and the balancing of not only the emotions, but the actual physical balance. Now, if you have challenges standing, or if you're feeling like your hips are challenged or your knees, I'm going to encourage you to take care of yourself and just go slow. This will be all on film, so we're going to film this and record this so you can look back later. I'm also going to send a handout after the class, so when the video is released, you'll also have this handout where you can see a visual depiction of the various brocades that we're going to practice today. So I think that study guide will help you if it's hard to remember everything today. So don't take notes or anything like that. Just stay present the best you can and just go through each of the brocades with me. Okay, and at the end, we're going to have a little harmonization of instruments. It is the fall, and fall is the metal element. And what's really cool about metal is I have some great instruments that are metal instruments. So I'm going to offer up some sound healing at the end to help open up the lungs. The lungs are the organ of the fall, the large intestine and the lungs. But primarily the yin or receiving organs are the ones that we're working with today. So lungs are going to be, sort of emphasized in the fall, the healing and health of your lungs, deep breathing, exhaling stagnant chi, and that type of thing to tonify the lungs. So at the end, I'm going to do the sound healing aspect using metal element instruments, and I hope that you enjoy that. That'll be the primary focus of the sound healing. Okay, so you want to have some water available. We're going to be on our feet a lot for this class. Again, if you need to stand up and sit down, that's fine. Some of these brocades can be done sitting, and I'll explain which ones can, and then we'll go through them one at a time. We're going to spend a good amount of time on some of the key aspects of these motions, these movements or brocades, so you can really see how they're beneficial for you in terms of the 5 elements and how this all reflects in our self-healing, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to do just a little warm-up to get some energy flowing, create an intention for our class, and then we'll go right into these brocades, these movements. Now, there is a sequence that we use whenever we do Qi Gong. We usually start with the lung, and then the heart, and then we'll go to the bladder, stomach, kidneys, and the liver. So we're going to move through each of those brocades. I'll guide you through them. I'll tell you the organ that is associated with the movement, the element that's associated with it, the color, and the breath sound that you will use to release the stagnant chi from the organ. Okay, so it's really cool, this whole system. And I hope you really enjoy it, all right? So you want to make sure your phone is off or silent, and have some water available, have a comfortable place to sit down. And at the end, if you have a yoga mat or a couch, or you want to just lie on a comfortable place for the sound healing, that'd be great, all right? So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to take a sip of water. I'm going to offer you the same thing. And then we'll get started. Okay, so I always like to start the class with a little bit of, this bringing the chi and circulation into the extremities. So we want to start by rubbing our fingernails together. And you can do this if you're sitting, that's okay. If it's, like I said, if your energy's challenged, I invite you to really listen to your body and take care of yourself. Go at your own pace today. Now smack your hands together and rub your hands together. Get some heat going in the hands. So we're activating some of the energy of the extremities here and activating these energy centers in the palms called Qi Gong chakras. And now begin shaking. This is a mentastics practice, what we call mentastics, shaking specific muscle groups. We start with the fingers and the hands, and we're just shaking to get circulation moving here. Very important. Also notice your breathing. You want to breathe while you're doing this. Shake up to your elbows, so your forearms, hands, and now up to your shoulders. So your full arms are shaking, and now your belly and chest. And now hopping like you're jumping rope. This is really good for your lymph, by the way. Your lymph, releasing energy that might be in the lymph, just stimulating the lymph nodes. And now reach up high and shake your hands up high. Keep jumping. Okay, now, if you place your hands close, you'll feel a little tingling in between the hands, a little energy field. We like that. And so you want to place your left hand over the right at your dantian, right below the navel. Okay, here is the energy center of the body called the hara or the dantian. It's also associated with the second chakra of energy in the body, concentrated energy form, emotion, sexuality, creativity. It's a very powerful center. And we like to start from here in our emotions, our brocades, and end here. So we're feeling what's happening here. This is a way to kind of dial in on where your emotions are today. So with your eyes closed, just check in, see how you feel today, what's happening in your events, circumstances, and relationships. We live in challenging times. This is obvious. Many people are being affected in many different ways now with what's happening in the world and in our lives. And remember that everything that you're feeling is indicating, the state of your consciousness and your health and well-being. So whatever's happening with you, please don't push it away or feel in any way judgmental about yourself. If you feel certain emotions, just let them be present, welcome them. We're going to work with transmuting the energy of the emotions today in a very unique way. So let yourself just feel what's happening. Allow everything to be present for you. Now take a deep breath here. Push your belly out as you breathe in, and exhale, pull the belly back to your spine. Now this is that breathing technique that we learned a few weeks ago that I love to practice this. This is a great way to just get yourself centered in your body. Do that again. Breathe in, push the belly out. Exhale, pull it back. It's also a great way to get you in the present moment and begin to tonify this very important nerve in the nervous system called the vagus nerve at the base of your spine, or skull and top of your spine, right in this area called the bindu behind the head. But we're going to work with that. All the exercises we're doing today help to tonify the vagus nerve and get us into the relaxation response of our nervous system, what we call parasympathetic. One more breath the same way. Breathe in, push the belly out. Exhale, pull it back to your spine. Now take a moment to just visualize how you'd like to feel at the end of the session. What would your state of consciousness look like at the end of session? See yourself there and feel in your belly how that would feel, whatever that is for you today. Now take a deep breath into that consciousness. Breathe in, push the belly out. Exhale, pull your belly back to your spine. And now your affirmation for class today. I love, accept, and appreciate all aspects of myself unconditionally. I love, accept, and appreciate all aspects of myself unconditionally. All right, beautiful. Now let's begin with our arm swings. Arm swings are just this really light and gentle way of getting energy moving on both sides of the body. As your hand comes around your back, see if you can kind of lightly tap your kidney. This particular movement helps to activate the water element, the flow of water element in the kidneys. And it also helps increase our circulation. I'm really a big proponent of circulation, simple things that create circulation. If you want to coordinate your breathing, you breathe in for 2 and out for 2. It's really a good practice to coordinate your breathing with your movement. It kind of helps keep everything organized in your body and in your biophysiology so that your breath is always a part of it. Now reach up and tap your lungs, okay? Boom, we're gonna get the lungs activated here. This is metal element in the lung. And of course, metal is related to the fall we talked about just a moment ago. Metal relates to discernment and clarity in your thinking and balancing between the mind and the heart. And also releasing qi that might not be useful, breathing in good, powerful, clear qi and exhaling stagnant qi from the lungs. We want to get the lungs kind of opened up here. And now we're going to reach up and tap the shoulder. And as you tap the shoulder, it's kind of between the neck and the shoulder here. This is a nice activation point for the vagus nerve. All upper body, head and neck exercises and tapping like this help to get some energy moving in the vagus nerve and get it to tonify and activate. Good. Now we're going to drop down and just go a little faster. Give yourself a little dance here. And shake it out a little bit. Okay, now have your first sip of water, okay? Now I'm going to ask you to lean forward and tap your kidneys here. Reach back and tap your kidneys with the back of your hand. All this tapping, really good concentrated energy. Now we're tapping what we call the Sea of Qi, this lower body Qi area here between the legs and the torso. Very powerful concentrated energy of Qi. This is good for your digestion also. Kind of get some blood and energy moving here in this part of the body. And now reach up and tap your thymus gland. It's right at the sternum in your chest. And this helps to, increase stamina and endurance in your immune system. Helps enhance the immunity by stimulating this part of the body here. Thymus gland. Okay, now just kind of notice where you are. Stand and drop your feet, bend your knees slightly, stand as wide as your shoulders, and point your palms facing up to the sky. Now, if you can imagine breathing in through your hands, exhale through your feet. Now, we've done some of these in the past classes. It's a bit of a review, but a great way to, kind of start your routine. This is called Wu Ji meditation. Breathing in through the hands, exhale through the feet. Create the connection between the earth and the sky. You can imagine white qi coming in from the sky through your hands. Exhale red qi through your feet into the earth. And the color visualization is part of our energy healing practices that we've also been working on, just learning to become more visual with our energy. Okay, now open your eyes. We're going to lift up from the dantian here, push up to the sky, breathe in, stretch up high and come down. A big half circle down to your thighs. Keep your back straight. Breathe in up. A big circle down to your knees. Exhale. Bend down to your knees. Keep your back straight. Breathe in up. Exhale down to your shins. Now we're going to lift up again. Breathe in, exhale down to the earth. Gather up from the earth. And we're going to stretch up high. And exhale down. And shake it out. So we're getting this flow of qi, circulation going here in a nice way. And now here's one of my favorite ways to wake up in the morning. I call this scissors arms. So this is a great way to kind of get the heart and lungs nicely energized first thing in the morning. I do this every morning, It works better than a cup of coffee. And if you do 50 of these or however many, it really helps get you awake really quick. And you can do these in the middle of the day, also to kind of give yourself a little energy boost. They're not difficult, not much to it. Just allowing the heart and the lungs to be expanded here and energized. Okay, good. So we could do more of these, but you get the idea. Now shake out your shoulders. And now a couple of things for your shoulders. We're going to lift the left shoulder up and back, up and back, up and back. Right shoulder, same thing. 2 and 3. Now both shoulders, up and back, up and back, up and back. Left shoulder up and forward. I like to come up on my toes when I do this too. Give yourself a little stretch if you can do that. 2, 3. Now bring both shoulders up and forward. Now bring your shoulders up to your ears. Breathe in and tense the muscles. Hold the tension. And exhale, let it drop like a sack of potatoes. Do that one more time. Up. And let it drop. And just again, shake. Shake a little bit here. Now you might notice already that you feel really more relaxed and more energized at the same time. It's fascinating how Qi Gong does that. It relaxes you and it builds energy at the same time. Now we're going to lift our head, look up, exhale down, breathe in up, exhale down, up and down. Turn your head to the right and to the left. Again to the right, inhale, exhale to the left. Good, now big clockwise head circles, just breathing in and out. Slow circles with the head. Now go back the other way with the circles, counterclockwise. I used to have a little cracking in my neck a few years ago, and after doing this Qigong every day, it went away. It's great when you don't have those kinds of things troubling you anymore. Now reach over with your right hand behind your left ear, find that soft spot in your ear. We're going to pull to the right, look in the upper left corner with your eyes. Pull one way, look in the other direction. Breathe. This is a great reset for the nervous system right here, doing this. Pulling one way, look in the other. Not too much tension. Now just gently release. And move your head from side to side. Now pull your left arm up, put it behind your right here in that soft spot. Pull to the left, look in the upper right corner with your eyes. Pulling one direction, looking the opposite. Breathing. And slowly let go and gently release. Now head side to side. Okay, great. Have a sip of water here. And a few other things here just to kind of get the energy moving. And then we'll do our brocades. So the first thing is take your hands, make a fist out front. Keep the tension in your hands, put your hands together. Go up to your forehead and down, like curls. Down, keep the tension. And now release. Now curl up to the side, the front, and jump. And release. Up, side, front, and release. Up, side, front, and now shake your hands. We're going to lift them up, breathe in, shake, and throw it down. Release. Up, up, and shake it out. Okay, now feeling pretty loose here, everybody? Good? Couple more things. Put your heels together. We're going to cross up and breathe in. Look up, exhale down, touch your toes. Once again, cross up and breathe in. Exhale down, touch your toes. Cross up and breathe in. Exhale down, touch your toes. I'm going to let somebody else in here real quick. Come on. Michelle, are you there? If you can, maybe you can let Roxy in. We're going to move now our hips like this in a circle. And go back with the other motion like this. And now upper body circles, your hands on your hips lean forward. Clockwise upper body circles. I love circular motions. I have a whole practice called circles. That's a great warm-up and exercise to do every morning. Create circulation with circular motions. Go back the other way. And again. Hello, Roxy. Nice to see you. And now hips from side to side. We're going to be working a lot today with our hips and balance, which I'll go through later as we do the brocades. And now little pelvis rolls like this for your pelvic floor. And back the other way. All right, great. Now I'm going to put myself on the spotlight here to create a little bit more, so you all can kind of see a little bit more of the detail. Okay, one other thing here. It's a centering exercise. Left hand above the right, right below the dantian with your feet together. You're going to breathe in up, exhale down. Switch the Qi in the hand, lift up. Breathe in, exhale down. Breathing in up, exhale down. Switch the Qi in the hands. Breathe in up, exhale down. This is a very calming, meditative way to get yourself really nicely centered and calm. So if you're feeling a little scattered and you've had a rough day, just take a moment and do this. Breathing in and out, centering the energy down the center line of the body. Okay, hands over your dantian. Left over the right, breathe in, push the belly out, exhale, pull it back. All right, beautiful. Great job, everyone. Have some water. Have a sip of water. Okay, so now what I'd like to do is give you an introduction to the Dalian Fa series of Qi Gong that was created by Fabian Maman, the great teacher of sound healing and energy healing that I studied with in the Tamado Academy for many years. So Fabian was really tuned into the elements and sound, and his teachers in China worked with him for years in developing Qi Gong for the organs. So I'm going to first show you the ones for the lungs. We're going to start with the lungs and the heart. So the unique thing about these brocades is there's a few unique things, but one of them is they always have a hand posture or a mudra. So for the lung, this is the mudra that we're working with here. So it's just like creating an L with your forefinger and your thumb. So the first thing that we're going to do, and the way I was taught was by looking at somebody from behind to see what it looks like from behind, because you'll be going to the right when you do this. Okay, but what I'm going to do is first show you what we're doing. So when we do this, we're going to point the right heel of your foot. Plant your right heel on the ground with your toes pointing up. So your foot looks like this. And you want to bend your left leg and tuck your hips so your hip is centered. You don't want your hips back here or too far out front. You want to kind of tuck the hip so that your left leg is bent and your right foot is straight with your toe pointing up. That makes sense? So that's what the feet look like. Now here you can already feel the tension in the thigh and the sort of tension and that's going to cause the muscle in the thigh and the knee of the left leg. Right leg straight, toe pointing up. Now what we're going to do is take our mudra here, put it behind you like this. Now your right leg is straight. Left hand is face down toward the earth. So right hand is behind you, left hand facing the earth. Okay, so your hands are like this. You're pointing in that direction to the right. Now what we're going to do is make a sweeping motion up with the left hand facing the earth. We're going to sweep up with the right hand with the back of the hand facing. And then when you get up, you're going to tuck the hip and come back again into that position with the arms straight, pointing up at the sky, left hand facing the earth. So let me show you that again. So you kind of lean back, come forward, bend the right knee, come up on that heel again, back to the original position with your left arm facing up. Now in this position, you're going to imagine white pure Qi coming in through the fingertip into your lung. Exhale down. Very important, that exhale. So each of these motions has a unique breath sound as well. Now remember, this is all going to be recorded, so don't be too concerned right now about remembering everything. Just go through it with me. So we start like this. We reach up, breathe in here, not too much inhale. Point the hand up, visualize white Qi coming into the lung. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds. Exhale down. And repeat that. Up again. Tuck the hip. Visualize white. And then do a third one. Up. Visualize white coming into the lung. Exhale. Now we're going to do something where we switch the Qi into the hand and begin to swivel your hips. So we're going to come down, drop the Qi into this hand, and then we're going to go back and point the right hand down, and we're going to repeat the same balanced position on the left side of the body. So your left heel is now pointing up, right hand is down, and your left arm comes up. So now the final position looks like this. When your hand is down, you're coming up, and you come back and tuck the hip. Exhale down. Lean forward, breathe in. Here, come up and tuck the hip. Point the hand toward the sky with the finger up. Visualize white. Exhale down. One more, breathe in, stretch forward. Lift up, point the finger up, visualize white, exhale down. Now we're going to come back to the center, lift both hands up. So now that we're done with either side, we did the right, we did the left, now we come to the center, lift both hands up like this, and come up in a big V. Now, some of you have seen this Qi Gong motion in some of our classes. Bend your knees slightly, tuck your hip, keep your feet at shoulder width. Exhale again. Now we do 4 of these. Lift up. Visualize white. We're going to go a little faster. Up again. Breathe in. Not too deep of a breath, because when you're up here holding your breath, you don't want to be like straining. Exhale. And one more. Lift. Take your breath. Open and expand. Visualize white Qi coming in the fingertips. Exhale down. Now close your stance over the dantian. Left hand over the right. Breathe in, push the belly out. Exhale, pull it back. Whee! All right. Have a sip of water. So that's the lungs, right? First we start one way, come back, switch to Qi, go the other way, and then up to center, right? Very powerful. You may notice already, whoo, right? It's only one brocade, right? So just take it easy. If you need to take a break and sit down for a minute, that's okay. If you want to keep rolling, here we go. Now the heart Qi Gong looks like this. This is the mudra. The color that we're going to visualize is red. It's fire element for the heart. Life force, Qi, blood, energy, and the emotions of compassion, forgiveness, gratitude, self-love, etc. So the heart is a very similar thing that we were doing with the lungs. What we're going to do with this is we're going to extend this hand forward where we come forward like this. So my feet are pointing in this direction. There's no up on the heel thing. It's just your feet are pointing in that direction. Like this. Left knee is bent with my foot pointing toward the screen. My right foot's pointing out, away from me. Okay, so that's really the feet and the leg posture. Left foot pointing forward, right foot pointing in the direction we're moving. Now we're going to drop your hand here like this, left hand facing the earth. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean forward and sweep my arm around and then come back and again lean forward again, put my arm up, and now I'm going to come back on my left heel and drop this hand so that the hand is facing out and away. It's not like this, it's facing out and away. So watch that again. I'm starting here where I'm leaning forward. I'm going to come back, bring the energy back around the kidney, take my breath here, lift, come back on the heel, push the arm out. Visualize red Qi in the palm coming into the heart. Now we're going to exhale down. So when you're exhaling down, it's this way. Then come back around the center. So if I'm facing you, it looks like this. Exhale down. Back around again. So this motion, this really cool circle, you can just practice this, just coming forward and coming back and forth on your hips, leaning forward, going back. So in a sense, what we're doing is this, going back and forth, back and forth. So this creates the flexibility and strength in the thighs and the knees. It also helps you stay balanced in this lower part of the body here. So when you come forward, you're pulling the arm back. Again, come forward. Now we're going to come back again and lean back. Now this right heel is up. So now your heel is up in the air. Your toe is up. And you sweep down. So again, the whole thing looking forward looks like this. And the sound is H-A-A. We lean, come back, sweep the kidney, forward, breathe in, up, extend the arm out, visualize red Qi in the palm coming into the heart, fire element Qi, exhale. And sweep forward, breathe in, come back on your heel, tuck your hip. One more. Now guess what? We're going to switch, right? We're going to do the same thing. If you were up, we're going to switch to the left hand, bring the left arm up, go straight up. You switch, you go straight up into the brocade. Exhale down. Come back around and up. Right hand facing the earth. Exhale down. Again, sweep forward, emptiness. Breathe in here. Palm facing out. Visualize red chi in the palm coming into the heart. Exhale. Now we're going to take both palms, come to a center position. And this is one that we've done in previous classes where you take both palms facing up, elbows at your side, standing as wide as your shoulders. Now we're going to, so from this last brocade, you were up here. Now you're coming to the center. Feet as wide as your shoulders. Come back around the kidneys. That looks like this. Come back and sweep around the kidneys. Come around. Almost touch the backs of the hands. Push up and out in a big V. So when you come up, take your breath here. Bend your knees slightly, palms out. Red chi into the heart, exhale. Now we do 4 of these. Come back around. Push up and out. Feel the chi coming in the palms. Red fire element chi into the heart, exhale. Once again, emptiness. Take your breath. Bend your knees, drop down. Feel yourself centered here. Heart energy coming in, red chi into the heart. And one more. Back around, push up. Drop down. Red fire element chi into the heart. Back to your stance, close your stance, left over the right. At the dantian, breathe in, push the belly out, exhale back. Okay, let's have some water and have a seat, everybody. All right, how are we doing so far? So you can, just with that alone, you can see how much powerful energy has moved into your heart and your lungs. So as I mentioned, when we do Qi Gong brocades, we like to start with the lungs. We want to open up the vascular, get the breathing going, really deep breath into the lungs, and then the heart, the cardio. So now that we have the upper body really energized and loose and strengthened, we're going to go into the other brocades. Now notice these mudras, when you push them up like that, you're actually creating a channel into the lung, into the actual organ. Same thing with the heart. When you push up and out with the hand like that, it creates this energy into the heart. So the mudras are really partially responsible for the energy flow into the organ. The other thing is the breathing, right? So you can see they're strengthening balance of the body, opening the meridian, bringing the energy into the organ, concentration and focus, and then releasing stagnant chi. Each of the organs has its own sound. And again, when you review the recording, you'll be able to get the sounds pretty easily. They're really simple, but very specific. So that makes them unique in that respect. Okay, so we only have 3 more, actually 4 more. We're going to go through bladder, stomach, kidney, and then liver. So those are the 4 coming up here. We'll take a little break after each of them so you can kind of connect a little bit. Now this is not, like I said, it's not difficult, it's just different. So it just takes a little bit of practice. And if you can only do 1 at a time, that's fine. If you can do 2, the idea is to do 3 reps of each one. And the front motions we did 4. So 3 reps of each brocade, if you can do it. So I'll just go through them just to do 1 of each of the others so you can see what they look like. And then you'll know what to do. And if you need to practice them, you can add the reps as you go. You don't need to do more than 3. 3 is actually quite, you'll see, it's quite a workout to do 3. All right, so let's go ahead and start. If you want to have another sip of water. Now we're going to work with the water element organ of the bladder. And with the bladder, there's a couple of things going on here in a similar way, where we have a mudra, but it's a little bit different and unique for the bladder. And the way that you're going to stand with your feet and your toes are going to be very important in the positioning of your foot. So we're going to look at the feet for a minute and take a look here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend my right foot forward, and you can see that there's a curl in my toe here. There's a curl. My back foot is slightly to the left. My right foot is so that the little toe, it's not straight, but it's curled a little bit and up on that little toe. So you're bending your leg a little bit, and you want to tuck your hip. If you're this way, you're going to be off balance. So you want to tuck your hip. Now what we're going to primarily do here is work with this motion. My hands are on my hip. I'm just doing this circular motion back and forth with I keep my foot the same way. When it comes around the back, I keep it so that it's still the same way as it started. I come back, my foot comes back, and the toe. So in a sense, what you're doing is keeping your foot close to the ground, come back and sweep it and tuck it right there. So this is the motion for this. Here, when you do this, what you're going to notice is there's a lot of pressure that's going to end up on your left hip and your left leg by doing that circular motion. But if you just do this, you're going to notice if you're out of balance or not pretty quick. And the same thing with the other foot. So the idea is to create this flowing energy back and forth with your foot, moving your foot back and forth. Just slightly off the ground. It's not up in the air where you're out of balance. You want to stay low, grounded, and just keep that foot just elevated a little bit above the ground. So you have this back and forth business with your hips. Everybody see that? You see that? So this is the really powerful strengthening part of your hips and your balance for this particular brocade. And the other ones that we have coming up are going to be very similar in terms of this motion of the leg going back and forth. Okay? So with this particular one, we always have one hand facing the earth, and the opposite hand is going to be doing a motion up to the sky. So with this, what we do, when we're moving the right leg, we want the left hand to be anchored. We're going to move the right arm up as we come up, right? So each of these has, again, a particular way that the body moves in balance. And so what we're going to do with this is practice just doing this and back down, doing this, up, and my hand is up like this. If you notice, my hand is up. When I bring it up, I'm putting my leg back when my hand comes up, lifting my hand at the same time my leg goes back. So it's up like this, not this way, not out, but up like this, and then back down. When I come down, I'm coming down the front. So I'm lifting up and down the front like water coming down as you move your leg back into position. So the arm-leg coordination looks like this. Same with the left. Right hand down. We're going to come up with the hand. Leg goes back and exhale down. See it? So 3 on each side. So if you can imagine you're pulling water, you're visualizing blue, pulling water up, lifting up, and putting that leg back, tucking the toe, right, left hand facing the earth, and then coming down, moving the leg down. So again, that angle from a little wider looks like this. Hold for 3, exhale. So this sound, S-H-U-Y, shui, shui. Try that. Shui, shui, shui. That's the exhale for the water element here. So we would do that for each side, 3 of each, right? We're going to start with our left foot forward this time so you can see what that looks like. Right hand is facing the earth. We start with, now we lift and breathe. And as we're breathing, we're moving that leg back into position. And then exhaling down the front as you move the leg back. Lift again. And exhale down. Okay, so 3 of each, right? So that's the posturing for that water element bladder exercise, okay? You visualize blue, lift up as if you're lifting water up, and then exhale down. Okay? Let's have another seat if you need to and have a sip of water. So you can start to see here some similarities between some of these brocades. You're going to be repeating some similarities in terms of the leg motion, the hip motion, how the arms move opposite, one hand facing the earth, the other hand going up. So there's this whole interesting thing that's going on both sides of the brain. We're energizing the whole energy field, stretching the meridian to bring the energy into the organ, and also strengthening and creating flexibility in the body all at the same time. Now, if you find that you're off balance and something hurts, try sitting down and just doing the motion sitting down. And then exhale down. Or you can practice again, doing this with the hips. Just moving the leg back and forth to strengthen that hip. Now, I don't have to tell you, but I will. As we get older, hips are really important. A lot of folks who are elderly fall, they break a hip. It's not good. So any way that you can strengthen this quad area here, between your torso and your legs and the hips here, these muscles, there's many different muscles here that you don't want to get into an anatomy about it. But if you can work on strengthening the hips, creating balance in your body, even if you stand on one leg and just put your toe forward like this, if you just do this, just put your toe forward and feel your body nicely centered where you're anchored into the earth, and switch, same thing. Just feeling that centering, groundedness into the earth, so that if you move, your body is nicely centered and balanced here. That makes sense, everybody? Yes? Okay. Now, these are core principles that we're just going to repeat these for the next couple of brocades. Now, we're going to go on to the stomach. Stomach is earth element. Of course, earth is grounding, it's structure, it's safety. It's also digestion of your food and your energy. Slow and deliberate dissipation of qi into the body. Digestion happens over time. It takes time. The stomach is in the center of the body, so it grounds us in the center of the body. The color is gold or yellow, color of the earth element. And earth is predominant in the 5 elements. There are 4 seasons, right? So where's the 5th element come in? Actually, we're in the sort of period between summer and fall. Sometimes we call Indian summer. Late summer is also considered earth. So we're kind of going from earth to metal at this phase of our, season change. California doesn't have as much drama in the seasons as we do on the East Coast. So, it may be more subtle in terms, you might notice a little temperature difference, but we're in the late summer period, which is the period of time that relates to the earth element. So with the stomach, we have a similar thing that's going on with the hips. The difference is our foot posture is now your heel is down with your toe pointing out. I have my left foot a little bit in this direction, pointing this way. It's not straight. If it's straight, it's going to be hard. So you want to just turn it a little bit. And then the right heel is on the ground with my right toe pointing up. You can see it pointing up. So my knee is bent. Same thing with the other side. Turn the right foot a little bit, left heel pointing in that direction with the left on your heel with the toe up. So that's the foot posture position for the earth element for the stomach. Now what we're going to do in a similar way, we start with our both hands down. We're going to lift this left arm up, right arm up as we move the right leg back. And then push your hand out. So it goes out like this. So that when the leg is back, the hand goes out. Left hand facing the earth. And whenever you come back with your foot, remember that it's the same. You want to keep it the same. If it's pointing out, you come back. You keep the foot in the same position when it comes back. So you start here, it comes back, it stays in the same position. It's on your heel. So you're doing this. Make sense? Same thing over here. Come back, keep the heel in the same position. Try not to cross behind you, but see if you can come straight behind, right behind your leg. Heel on the earth, heel on the earth. Make sense? Okay, so that's the bottom part. The top part is we lift and push the hand out like this. So the heart is similar with the mudra, but with earth, it's just straight out like that. And when you come down like you're sweeping around and come forward with your thing. Once again, facing the earth, lift up on the side. Push up and out. Come back around. So your hand's facing up. Okay, so one hand is up, one hand is down. You lift, straight, exhale, and sweep. Got it? Same thing with the other side. Right hand down, left hand up. We're going to lift. Not forward, but sideways. Lift. Turn the hand out. Visualize yellow earth energy coming into the stomach. Exhale. And come back with your hand up. Okay, so the sound, the exhale sound is like cooling out, like for the stomach. All right, color is yellow. Sound is, so I'm just going to demonstrate one of them for you so you can see it. So we're coming with our heel up. Right hand is up, left hand is down. I'm going up, breathing, push the hand out. Visualize yellow gold into the stomach, exhale. Now after my third one, I'm going to switch to Qi and go right into the next motion, right up. Okay, so when you switch, that's giving you the indication to go straight up into the next brocade. So if I come down, I'm going to switch. Okay, I'm going to get my heel up, down, and straight into it. Okay, and after 3 of those, come back, and then 2, you're done Tian again. Breathe in, push it out. Okay, everybody see it? So there's a slight difference between the feet and the hand mudra. Slight difference, but there's a lot of similarities in terms of the way you're motioning the hips and moving the leg and staying centered in your body. Okay, so now we're going to move to the kidney. A kidney again is a water element. And what we want to do with this one, we're going to use both hands coming up this time. It's slightly different. We're going to bring both hands up in a motion like this, up. And hands are facing toward each other. So they come up like this. And then they both go down. Same sound as the bladder. Lift up. Instead of one hand coming up like this, we have both hands coming up. And then like a waterfall down. So we're coming up, breathing, exhaling down. Okay, that's the hands. Now, the foot pattern is same thing. You have your heel up with this one, but you're going to touch you're basically keeping your foot so that it's not on an angle. So what you're going to do is come up and keep that foot the same way. So your foot is like heel up, we're coming back. So with the earth, the heel was this way. With the kidney and the water, it's this way, straight. When you bring it back, you just keep the foot in the same position. Remember to keep the foot the same. You don't turn it or do anything. You just keep, wherever it starts, you bring it back and keep it in that same position. Okay, and then your hands come up at the same time. You exhale down. Back to the same position. Then you switch. Left heel up. We're going to breathe in up. Bring the heel back. And come forward. Remember not to put your heel like that. Keep it straight so it's right behind your leg. You're going to notice again this motion of swinging the leg around. Same thing here. Swing the leg around. Find your center. Okay, so the beauty of this is that it feels like water. You're lifting up, balancing yourself, exhaling down. And when you switch, you just turn the leg, lift up, and exhale down. And then after 3, back to your Dantian stance. All right, so that's the kidney. Same thing, water element is blue color, energy of flow, energy of, ease and grace, that kind of energy of water. Have a sip of water, by the way. So now we have one more, it's the liver. And I found that when I was learning this, that the liver was the most challenging for me. Only because there's a certain way that you have to balance yourself with your toe touching the ground forward, which is really kind of unusual. And then when you come up, there's a way that you put your mudra also, which is a different way that we were doing it before. So we're gonna learn a different way of using the hands and the arms here. Slightly different. Again, very similar, but slightly different. So the liver is wood element. Wood is about flexibility and creativity and growth. The springtime is the energy of wood. Wood is also about being flexible in your attitude. Also, if you're feeling a sense of resentment or anger or feeling stuck, it gives you the ability to release and be creative and be flexible with your attitude. More receptive of other people's energies, not as stubborn and that type of thing. So liver, of course, we know is like the kitchen sink of the body. It processes all kinds of toxic energy and keeps our blood clean. So we want to try to be as much as we can to tonify the liver. It's a good idea for the overall health and wellness practice. So we're going to start first looking at the hand motion of the liver. So when we come up with the liver, we're going wide. The other ones we came up this way, or we had one arm going up. With the liver, we have both arms going up, right? And then what we do is we turn it like this. See how my thumb is like a V here? It's very similar to the earth. The earth one was like this, but the liver is like that. We kind of twist a little bit and create that V. So it's a big exhale down, and the sound here is like K-S-U-U, down. and then lift up again, push out, exhale down, lift up, okay, that's the hand motion. Now the tricky part is to balance that with this. So the toe here is pointing down at the earth. So we're pointing the toe forward down like this. Usually the other one, our foot was flat, or the heel was up, or the heel was this way. The other one, the toe was curled, turned this way. This way the toe is flat, big toe is down. When we come back, we keep it in the same position. So you can't put a lot of pressure on that back toe because you're on your toe back here like this, coming around. So it's the same idea. You're doing this hip swivel. Same thing with the left leg. Toe down, coming back around. Just slightly off the ground. You don't want to put it up too high. It'll throw you off balance. So you want to keep it low to the earth. Bring it back around, not behind you, so it's crossing your leg, but right behind you. Okay, so you put that in conjunction with this motion of the hand. Toe down, you lift up, extend out, visualize green, exhale, back and up again. Same thing, 3 of those. Then you switch, left foot forward with the toe, planted, come around a big wide open, and then turn the arms out. Exhale down. And after 3, back to your dantian. Okay, have a sip of water. So now we've covered all the major organs. We've done lung and heart, which are a little more complicated, and then bladder, stomach, kidney, and liver. Each of them have a slightly, of course, the water element, like kidney and bladder, have the same color. Of course, lung is white, heart is red, stomach is yellow or gold, liver is green, kidney and bladder blue. Breath sounds for the lung, the heart, stomach, kidney and bladder, liver. Okay, that's the sequence right there. So that's going to be a little bit of study. I would suggest that you take a moment when you review the recording and just watch one, see if you can feel it, get it together first, but practice the fundamentals of the leg motion, strengthening the hips, practicing the mudras, lung mudra, heart mudra, earth mudra, right? Water and liver, right? So they're slightly different hand motions, different colors, slightly different breath sounds, but some similarities. So you can see how this all works. Now I can tell you for sure, when you get this together and you practice it on a regular basis, your health is going to go up like you can't imagine. You're going to feel so strong, so flexible, so energized, and at the same time, you'll be deeply relaxed and really focused and calm. So it's going to take a little bit of time. Now, the way I'm going to suggest to this is when we talk about creating a practice for yourself in 2 months, we're going to do this in December. You know, if we're going to try to integrate everything that we've learned in this series, how would I create a practice for myself? And one of the ways that I would ask you to consider it is, if you have trouble breathing, if you want to put more focus on your lungs, if you think that your lungs are weak, or if you've been told your lungs are weak, or if your condition, your illness has impacted your lungs, you might want to consider doing the lung Qi Gong more. If your heart is concerned, if you want more energy in your heart, for example, or if you've had kidney or bladder issues or liver issues, digestion issues, then you can zero in on which of the Qi Gong brocades is best suited for your particular health needs. Or you could do a couple of them in complement to each other. You know, if we look at the elements chart, we can see which elements work with empowering the one before. For example, wood empowers fire. Wood is the liver, so maybe we would do the liver and the heart, maybe those two. You see what I mean? So we'll figure that out for you later. But if you're not concerned, if you're concerned, well, this is really kind of abstract, I can go through these, but which one is really the one that I am going to benefit from the most? Well, you can benefit from all of them. But if you want to zero in on one, the particular one that might reflect the condition that you have, then, you know, use your discernment to find which one will work to suit your needs for you. Does that make sense, everybody? So take your time with this. This is a powerful, lifelong practice. If you get this and just learn it over a month and then practice it every day or every couple of days, I promise you, my friends, you will see tremendous improvement in your health. Your breathing will change. Your concentration and focus will change. Your balance will improve. You'll be more flexible, more strong, more energized. And so I can't recommend this stuff enough. And now this, in conjunction with everything else we've learned, you can start to see how you can develop a sound healing practice using breathing techniques, some energy healing techniques, the Qi Gong, and then you start to see, okay, I see how this all fits together into a wellness practice. It's pretty cool. So we'll do more of that as we go down the road. So what I want to do for the next 15 minutes now, we're not going to take any questions or anything. We'll deal with you know, the questions and things later. If you all want to send me a message, I'll give you an email here that you can do that, or you can just connect in with Michelle and she'll give you the information that to reach me if you want. So I would suggest that, you know, just stay present here as much as you can. I'll put my email here in the chat. If you have any questions at all, please contact me and I'll go through the details with you. Also, I'm going to be sending out a handout that will accompany this practice that will be released at the time the video is released. So you'll have a visual depiction of each of these brocades as well, okay, that go through the fine points of the details of what I was showing you a few moments ago, all right? So what I'm going to suggest now is just take one of those. Just let yourself shake out and find a place where you can relax on the floor and just let yourself feel your back on the earth and, you know, lie in a Shavasana yoga position or a completely relaxed position on your couch or your yoga mat. And just let yourself relax as much as possible here. And when you feel your earth connecting you to the spine, just take a deep breath and allow yourself to let your back connect you to the earth. Breathe in through the base of your spine. Exhale through your feet. Breathe in through the base of the spine. Exhale through your feet. Now just take a few more breaths in the same way, breathing in through the spine. Exhale through the feet. Continue to breathe, just feeling your body connecting you to the earth. Allow yourself to sink a little deeper into relaxation with each breath. In and out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, take a moment and put some energy into your toes and ankles. Tense the muscles, breathe in, exhale. Bring your energy up into your calves, your knees. Breathe in, tense the muscles. Exhale. Breathe into your thighs and your hips. Tense the muscles. Exhale. And now your stomach and your chest. Breathe in. Exhale. And now to your heart. Breathe into your heart. Just put your hands over your heart. Feel your heart beating, sending love and life force through your body. Feel the beautiful energy of Qi, fire element, love, compassion, unconditional love, moving through your body with each heartbeat. Visualize pink rose quartz color around your heart, and just take nice deep breaths. And now move your head from side to side. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come on back into the screen. And let me know how you're feeling. Everybody have a good sip of water. Hello, my friends.
Thank you, Christo.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you,
How was
Christo.
that for you? Everybody good?
It's so relaxing. Thank you.
I'm so surprised how pure the tones are, even through the Zoom. You can really feel the vibration. It's great.
Yeah, I have some microphones in the studio that really help
Yeah, I
bypass
think,
the Zoom audio, so you get the real pure. It's like a recording session. I'm glad that you felt those. Thank you.
yeah, it's better than any other sound bath healing that I've ever been to, Christo. So you set it up just perfectly.
Mhm.
Well, I hope that you learned a lot today, that I served you well. Keep an eye out for the recording that comes up in about 2 weeks. I think it'll be up, so you can always refer to that. I'll be sending a handout that'll help give you a visual depiction of the brocades. I hope this was helpful for you. I know it's a lot of information.
Yeah, it was more challenging this time
Just kind of look at
to
it like
coordinate feet and hands together.
it's an intensive. It's a master class in this particular type of Qi Gong. So I hope you benefit a lot from it. And so my prescription for the day: take a lavender bath, stay off your computer for a while, drink a lot of water. I think you all are going to sleep really well tonight. So my gratitude to all of you at WeSpark. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be your health coach and be available to you. Call me if you have any questions or email me. And we'll see you next month for we have this really cool program coming up called Mindfulness Techniques to Overcome Anxiety.
Great.
Really a cool little thing that I've put together. I think it's really going to help you add more dimension and more depth to your self-healing practice. Okay, everybody.
Thanks for all your efforts.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
Bye,
That's
Christian.
great.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody, take care.